Daphne. Daphne.
Well, what's going on YouTubers for, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Natural Scream Driller. Rest in peace, Daphne. And welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from September 5th, 2021, where this is going to be your AEW All Out 2021 review that took place in Chicago, Illinois at the Now Arena with the attendance of 10,126 AEW fans in attendance. I just turned to General Ross now. Where champions are made. And we'll get to those championship matches under the promotion of All Elite Wrestling. And I'm being joined along here. If they want to, intervene. Sage of the Six Halves and Nick Carter with the weekend of Take My Breath Away with that chick.
Away.
What's up, everyone?
So yes, here we go. I'm about to get ready to start doing this review, and just gotta do some minor notes. Yeah, your commentators: Bill Gerald, Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur. Commentary for the pay-per-view. But retains to the buy-in, you had Tony Schiavone and Excalibur, and retains to the tag team match from earlier on the pay-per-view. Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Don Callis. Especially with retains to Don Callis. Your Spanish commentators were Alex Abrahantes and Dasha Gonzalez, except when retains to Alex Abrahantes not be on commentary. Retains to the tag team steel cage match, which we'll get to that later. Yeah, the commentators too, but not gonna get into that. But your ring announcer was Justin Roberts. Your referees were Bobby Edwards, Bryce Remsburg, Frank Gaston. I don't know how to say the last name, so I don't know. And I really don't remember what he refereed. So Paul Turner, Rick Knox, the fixed referee for the Young Bucks. And that was Marvez, who was the interviewer. Remember bring it up now. There was a segment interview between Alex Marvez interviewing Andrade El Idolo, his assistant Jose, and his personal advisor, something like that. I think that's where he's being portrayed as, which pertains to Chavo Guerrero Jr. Basically pertains to they were supposed to have a match on the card, but because of travel issues for Pac, which is a legit thing why the match couldn't happen, it was because of travel issues. But the main storyline of this pertains to and they did this before too, by the way, with Pac, where it pertains to Andrade El Idolo, where it could have been some travel issues and everything. And Chavo Guerrero was acting all innocent, saying, I had no idea about that, y'all. American Airlines and whatever. And I said to myself, no one said about American Airlines. And then he's like, and the Chavo Guerrero, backtrack and said something about, but either it's American Airlines or whatever. The point is I had nothing to do with that. And I said, so yeah, he has something to do with that. I love that, did they at least do a storyline of that, of why Pac couldn't, couldn't be there because, travel issues was fixed. And it was because of Chavito lying, cheating, and stealing, huh? Oh man. But yeah, that was good though. They incorporate that. But Andrade says, but he's had opportunity to face him at Friday coming up, where it tends to Rampage, which is gonna be great. So we'll see how that turns out. Obviously, it's gonna be a great match. I don't know if it's gonna be the main event, but we'll see. Hell, it might even be the opener, but we'll see. Other than that, I can't remember. Other than Malcolm Black Color promo, where it tends to him going up against Dustin Rose, which we covered that already. When we saw the match from early on Dynamite, and other than that, I can't remember what else was reference to any segments on the show. Other than that, I mean there was a segment as well, but we'll get to that later. That's the main event. We'll say that for last. But the buy-in match, you had the best friends of Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, and Wheeler Yuta, and Jurassic Express of Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus being accompanied by Marcos Stunt versus the Hardy Family Office, which is Matt Hardy, Private Party of Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, and the Hybrid 2 of Hanico and Jack Evans being accompanied by The Blade. Match lasted 9 minutes and 25 seconds, but which this match was contested under a 10-minute tag team match. Match itself, it was fine. There was some spots that they did was comedy relief, and some of it I didn't laugh at because I like really that one spot that they did, but the spot that they did with Jungle Boy on top of Luchasaurus, and then you had Jack Evans on top of Hanico. I thought that was funny. But in the end, the Blade trying to get involved by the way, but that was to no avail. And at the end, it was, the babyface is winning. After the match, though, they Jurassic Express left. Yeah, Yuta and Chuck Taylor leaving while Orange Cassidy was still in the ring. And then all of a sudden, the Hardy Family Office surround them. And all of a sudden, we got the return of the Butcher after, away from either two things. His stomach injury or he was on tour with his band. Yeah, I still have forgot about that part. Of the rumors I heard from that one. But the Butcher's back. He looks great. But the thing is, it was on the buy-in, so no one cared. So the beatdown happened, and they teasing cutting the hair of Orange Cassidy. Jack Evans had a pair of scissors, whatever. And then Jurassic Express coming out again. You also have a couple of Dark Orders coming out of 10. John Silver, Dante Martin came out. Cameron Rose came out for the save. To basically even the odds. So the Hardy Family Office left, and then also the best friends came out too, by the way, just for the save. And so and then they did the whole group hug because you got to get the people what they want.
That's right.
All right, so that was the match. Now, like I said, after the match was fine. It was on the buy-in, but I'd rather have this match be on the All Out card other than the match that we had from which we'll get to. I'll let you know how I feel about that one. But before I move on, Nick and Sage, if you have any thoughts about this, this match, if you've seen it, let me know.
Well, I think for me personally, I thought the match was pretty good. And yeah, I do agree. I'd rather have that match on the main card than the match you're going to get into. A match that I'm pretty sure all of us we can all mutually agree that we did not like at all on the card. Yeah. But we'll get to that one. We'll definitely get to that match soon.
I thought it was okay. I mean, the Butcher coming back, I thought it was pretty good. It's good to see him back.
Now I was kidding by the way with the whole no one cared about the Butcher. I'm pretty sure there was some people that did care about the Butcher coming back because some people were wondering where is he. Even people online, even though they don't care about much about the Butcher and the Blade tag team, some people were wondering where's the Butcher, where is he? Well, yeah, finally got the Butcher back, and now that he's back, now y'all saying stuff. Now why is he back? And like, but why? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not saying that. That's what they're saying, but imagine if some people were saying that, like, well, why's this guy back? Like, but we're asking where is he? But I digress. But anyways, and that was the buy-in. Now we get to the opening of All Out, and no, not the Sirens was the opener because I'm being interrupted right now with Sirens.
Scott Steiner's coming for you. He's gonna kick down your door and say, "I'm coming for you, Robert. You better holla."
Yeah, I gotta holler if I hear him. But anyways, so here we go. The AEW TNT Championship title, 13 minutes and 22 seconds lasted. The Redeemer, God's favorite champion, Miro, was the TNT champion versus the Mad King, Eddie Kingston. And the match itself, Okay. But from the match itself, opener, I thought it was good, a very good opener. Now I didn't agree this match should not have been the opener. I think the opener should have been the Casino Battle Royale, in my opinion, but whatever. But not a bad opener at the end of the day. Where it tends to Miro and Eddie Kingston. And the story here was that Eddie Kingston, is going to target the head of Miro so that he could do the DT because that's his kryptonite. Even though where it tends to do the DT to everyone, that's everyone's kryptonite. But then again, when it tends to do that, people kicks out the DT anyway. So I don't see what's any difference of this. But that's the story they were telling. So at one point the turnbuckle was taken off. I believe it was by Miro, if I'm not mistaken. And Bryce Ransburg was the referee of the match. And so Miro did at one point get hit with the turnbuckle. And then, I guess Bryce Ransburg was trying to put the turnbuckle pad back on and whatever. Miro gets hit with the back fist to the future by Eddie Kingston and then hits the DT. But Bryce Ransburg was not going for the count because occupied with something else. Also, he finally gets to make the count, but to no avail because Miro kicked out. Crowds didn't like it. They booed, and they were behind where Eddie Kingston went, which is great. Love Eddie Kingston, man. So we get to a point where Miro had Eddie Kingston, and the referee was basically in the turnbuckle and everything because Eddie Kingston tried to have Miro hit him in the turnbuckle, whatever, the exposed turnbuckle, and Brand Ransburg wasn't having any of it, and there was a little scuffling there, and Miro beyond referee scene, basically he redeemed those nuts to Eddie Kingston, which was the story of it too, by the way, which tends to happen on Rampage, where it tends to Eddie Kingston to said to Miro at one point, redeem these nuts, and that's exactly what Miro just did. He redeemed those nuts. I remember at one point he had the the game over on, but Kingston got to the ropes, I guess. So we all thought it was also gonna be the finish, but that ended up being the case at all. Instead, it was storytelling where it tends to redeem the nuts to Eddie Kingston, and that's what Miro just did. And he goes for his Redeemer kick and gets the win. He won with the kick, and that was the finish. And the crowd didn't like it, which great because Miro's a heel. That's how it's supposed to be. Which means the book in that match did justice. And that was the match. You guys have any thoughts about that?
This was another good match for me. We kind of knew Miro was going to retain. I like Eddie Kingston. I think he's a good wrestler. And that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, same thing. It was pretty good. And then I'm glad Miro retained. And yeah, Miro's supposed to be a heel. You're definitely right about that. He's supposed to be a heel. And it seems like he's going to be, one day he might be world champion material. You never know. Eventually whenever, Kenny gets the championship off of him, you never know. They might have Miro lose, the TNT championship, but then eventually, head for the world title. I think that would be pretty cool if he head for the world title after the TNT championship, but
and
we all got to see.
I love the way that they're booking Miro here lately as this monster. That's what he should have been booked all along.
Yep, especially in WWE when he was the in the Bulgarian Brute. You remember when he first debuted?
Yes, and the Rush and being the Russian sympathizer.
Yep, he should have been the monster, but nope. He had to have fuckboy Bucklehead bury him. But thank God he's in AEW doing what he does best. So I'm glad he is in a better place, in a better company with better management and booking.
And I couldn't agree more. Fuck John Cena.
Oh yeah, fuck John Cena.
Amen to that.
Got to that in there. So we move from that to John Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. The match lasted 11 minutes and 50 seconds. This was originally supposed to be for Hiroshi Tanahashi, but because of his schedule in New Japan, rotates to the Grand Slam, which I heard that show was great. Which no surprise because New Japan. Just saying, but this match was decent. Was something that I was expecting. I was expecting more than that, but hey, it was still like a New Japan style type of match, especially with Kojima's age. I expected this type of match. And this match was pretty good. Of how I've seen it. And in the end, obviously, there was no doubt with Moxley winning, and also it retains to Ramiro. Yeah, there was no doubt that he was going to retain because they're doing a great job with him. But Moxley, there was no doubt in my mind that he was going to go over, and he did. Basically a list of these New Japan guys that Moxley has been going over, like Nagata, Kenta, Kojima, and then what we saw earlier with Minoru Suzuki, especially how that match ended. Oh my god, bloody mess. But I loved it though. But yeah, it was the right outcome for Moxley to win, and you got the crowd, doing a sing along with him. Wow, dang.
You hit my heart saying,
yeah. But speaking of Minoru Suzuki, I was not expecting this, by the way. When Moxley won his match, your music, we couldn't really tell what it was until when I started hearing it, a little bit more. I lost my mind. Like, what the? Like, how the hell they pull this out? But so obviously Minoru Suzuki, he's not his schedule is free, which is not going on for him in Japan. And on top of that, he's wrestling right over here. I don't know when the match is going to happen between Minoru Suzuki and Daniel Garcia. It might already happen. I don't know yet. But and y'all know how I feel about Daniel Garcia, though. I like that. I like him because he cares about the one thing that something that WWE doesn't care about, pro wrestling. So Daniel Garcia versus Minoru Suzuki will be something very interesting to see if AEW would book that too. If Minoru Suzuki is up to it. But as far as where they wrestled at before, if it happened already, I don't know. But I got to look up to see. But I want to see that match though between those two because I think that match would be great, especially Daniel Garcia comes himself, and I know with his type of style, I know he loves strong style. So, but basically Minoru Suzuki came out, I lost my shit. I couldn't believe it. I was marking out, and it's basically same thing happened Wrestle Kingdom 14 when Moxley defeated Juice Robinson to retain the United States title, and then Minoru Suzuki came out to confront John Moxley the same way he did, like he did at All Out. Wearing the the track suits and all that. He took off his strap jacket to get in the ring. And also the sing along of his theme as well, even though it's in Japanese, but still, it's people know that people knows what's up with that. Oh man. And they start fighting. Yeah, like I said, shades of what happened in Wrestle Kingdom 14 from last year, and Minoru got the best of him, and that led to a match between those two for later. And also, now I remember now, John Moxley did cut a promo on that night, where Moxley cut a promo to Minoru Suzuki, and they have a match at his home, and there you go, and that was it. And yeah, the match, like I said, the match was it was decent, and decent match between the two, Kojima and Moxley, but was a surprise from Minoru Suzuki. Oh my, that just made my night. And there you go. Your guys' thoughts.
The match itself was good. I liked it. I love how they're showcasing these New Japan wrestlers, giving everybody something to look forward to, and something new that if people haven't seen these wrestlers perform, and I think it's great.
Couldn't agree anymore. It's a really good thing that they're exposing these New Japan wrestlers to the American audience. For people who don't know about New Japan. It's really, it really is a good idea. Hopefully, New Japan does the same thing. Exposes some AEW wrestlers over there, for the Japanese audience to watch AEW. Which really is a good thing, for both companies. It's a win-win. And as for the match itself, I thought it was really good. Both of them, put on a good match. And I'll be honest, I didn't really know. I didn't know who the Japanese wrestler was, but from what I saw from tonight and from the way they made him out to seem, when he came out, that was pretty good. So, hopefully I see more of this guy. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought the match was good, and I'm glad that New Japan wrestlers are being exposed to the American audience.
And yeah, pertains to exposing these guys from New Japan in AEW. A lot of people there'll be you have a majority that know who they are. We have some casuals that don't know who they are, and then when they see them, on top of the casuals when they see them, and some of them will get the appeal and see what the hardcore fans see or why they're a big deal. And especially as far as Kojima, which is him, obviously he's been around since the 90s. Hell, even Minosuke's been around the 90s, but since to who's on the top food chain of New Japan. Kojima used to be that person, but now it is now Minoru Suzuki, pertains to with his Suzuki-gun. Kojima, he's not well known, but to think about Kojima, he was part of the original NWO Japanese, from Japan. It's and to see him still performing at the level he is right now in his 50s, and he's in great shape, still in great shape. He's definitely a legend. Minoru Suzuki, as well, pertains to his physique. He must be a little. He gained a little. He must gain. He always had a weight before. I'm not saying he was fat, no, but he really got he just slimmed down at one point, and he still looks like he's still a little slimmer. And as far as pertains to giving exposures to AEW to New Japan audience, exactly pertains to AEW libraries being given to Japan on New Japan World. That's another good reason for not just for anyone that's from Japan subscribe to New Japan World, but people that can also subscribe to that service to see that stuff on AEW. It's a win-win, especially with Impact Wrestling and other promotions that associate with New Japan. So yeah, man. This is what I love about pro wrestling. It's about playing well with others, something that WWE doesn't want to do. And then we get to the AEW Women's World Championship. 11 minutes and 34 seconds lasted with Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
DMD.
With Jamie Hayter, the muscle of the group, and Rebel, the crutch of the group.
The crutch of the group.
I don't remember if she had crutch though with her. I don't remember if she done that, but whatever. But she went against the Galaxy, Greatest Alien, Chris Standard being accompanied by Freshly Squeezed, Orange Cassidy. Match itself, it was good. There was a couple of sloppiness, but it didn't hurt the match at all. It was still a good match. These two really worked well together. I love the DDT spot that Britt Baker gave to Chris Standard, and the way that Chris Standard just landed on her head, the way she got spiked, like that was amazing. And then with Britt Baker doing what she did, and Chris Standard did some cool stuff too in the match, like the superplex that almost got botched, which that was the part I was really scared of there. But it wasn't perfect, but she landed pretty good with it. Britt Baker did the Panama City Sunrise, which I think, as Copper said, the Pittsburgh Sunrise. And basically we're saying that we don't know none of it because we don't know we didn't know the situation was a band close of this position. But they're not saying there has been any teasers about that. So the fact that Britt Baker did that, but it's like, is she trying to tell us something about Ellen Cole? we'll get to that later. But it was, and when she hit it, nice. Except that wasn't the finish. So at one point, Britt Baker did something to Chris Tanner that pertains to Chris Tanner being knocked out of the ring. And Orange Cassidy, something that we don't see out of the ordinary is Orange Cassidy. You know how his character is, right? He doesn't care. He walks around like
Cause that's all cool.
Basically, this is Orange Cassidy.
I love it.
Like he does, like he's doesn't want to put any work into it. But then also Orange Cassidy sees that Chris Tanner was in a position where she's going to lose here because she's not getting in the ring. He does this like, get up, like holy shit! Like I never saw that side of Orange Cassidy before. Like I love it.
Now
like,
all of a sudden that you actually care.
He actually now all of a sudden Orange Cassidy cares. Like I was like, holy shit! I you know what? I love it. I want to see more of that with Orange Cassidy. If he's going to be taken seriously sometime in the future, he's got show like he's got to put some effort into it. Not saying that he never did, but we're saying something like that, Orange Cassidy, we need to see more of that of Orange Cassidy. Just and you got good reaction to that too, by the way, because none of us expected that, none of us. So the fact that he did that, like, wow, that was good. So the match to continue. Now in the end, don't remember what happened afterwards. I think after the curve stomp, well the Pittsburgh Sunrise, shades of Anna Cole's Panama City Sunrise, and then that didn't work, and then the curve stomp, and then went for lockjaw, and locked in lockjaw, and Chris Tanner didn't tap out. She didn't submit. Referee just called for the bell, because she's unresponsive. I think it was Paul Turner who's referee. Can't remember if it was him or not, but yeah, he called for the bell. Basically, they found a way to protect Chris Tanner for being undefeated in 2021, leading up to this match with Britt Baker. And I thought they did a great job. And that was the match. Britt Baker is still the champion, which there was no doubt of that too. And the match was pretty good. Of what I thought. You guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I knew Britt Baker was gonna keep the belt. I thought it was a pretty good match. Chris Statlander, I know somewhere down the line is gonna become women's champion one day. She'll get her shot. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good match.
I thought it was a pretty good match, and yeah, I figured that she'll probably retain the title. So I didn't really think a bit that she would lose. So, but it's good that she has the title, and yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match, and hopefully we get to her next challenger faces her, which we'll get to that eventually. But yeah.
I agree. Yes, we will get to that part too, which I want to hear your guys' thoughts about that match too once we get to it. Once you get to hear my part of it, I don't know if you feel the same way, but we'll see. At the end of the day, it's all about our own opinions. But so the next match was for the AEW World Tag Team Championship in 22 minutes and 5 seconds inside of a steel cage to prevent any outside interferences. Even though it sort of didn't work out that way. We'll get to that part with the Lucha Bros, Penta El Zero and Rey Fénix with the Weekend. I'm sorry, I mean Alex Arbejantes. See what I did there. But yeah, but with Alex Arbejantes, coming out with the red suit, the black collar, shirt, the black gloves. We're to the red suit. Obviously, from the jacket to the slacks, reminds me of Paul James Mitchell. Reminds me of Joker Sting in TNA. I guess you could say either way with James Mitchell in TNA as well. But with the red suit and the black leather gloves, The Weeknd.
Yeah, when I saw him come out, I instantly marked out. I was like, yes.
Oh man, yes, love it, just love it. And then we saw earlier on Dynamite, Tully Blanchard did the exact same thing, except just a red suit, without any black leather gloves.
Tully Blanchard, you're the man.
Yes, I mean he's always been the man, but after that tonight, yes, he is the man. The Lucha Bros had a cool entrance for the for what they were wearing and their own bands. Now I don't remember the band's name, but the bands were great. I thought it was a great performance from them. Obviously, they were singing in Spanish and everything. I know a little bit of Spanish, so I couldn't tell you what the lyrics is, but I enjoyed it though. But before I move on to the match, you guys talk about the performance.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good, especially with, I don't know if you noticed, but the people that came behind them, they it looked like they came out in some sort of church clothing. I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, representing the seniors.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, the entrance was cool, man. And after that entrance, like Sim said, there's no way they're gonna have these guys lose. No way, because if they were having to lose, I would have been throwing shit. I would have been taking, basically I would have dressed like The Weeknd, grab my kitchen knife and start stabbing people.
Cool.
Not really, but yeah. I don't take wrestling that seriously. But yeah, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson with Brandon Cutler there. At one point, Don Callis was there, but then he ends up being on commentary, which is not fit. It wasn't comfortable for Tony Schiavone, obviously. But coming to the match here, even though despite how I feel about the Young Bucks now, but the suspicious shit they wear from head to toe, and I'm like, what the hell is Nick Jackson's doing to himself here? Like the facial color that he.
Don't get me started on that.
I don't know I don't know what they're doing anymore. But the match itself, I thought it stole the show. It was a great match, despite the annoying things that the Young Bucks were doing, especially from Matt Jackson's part. Brandon Cutler at one point threw a bag in there. I guess it was some type of inference, but not really. But it was a sneaker with thumbtacks on it, like before, but it to I can't remember what match it was. I think it was one with Moxley and Kings, or I think it was no. It was Kingston and Penta as your middle at one point. From that Dynamite show. Yeah, it was that match. I remember. Where the thumbtacks sneakers came involved, something like that, or something like that. But that's like what we saw here. Super kick to Penta Zero and Ray Phoenix, which really did ripping the mask off and everything. Not completely off, but enough for them to make them bleed. Which Ray Phoenix did bleed, but Penta was bleeding like crazy. They Jackson started bleeding because they got the possession of it. Matt Jackson got hit with it too, except for one thing, he didn't even bleed. So it makes me wonder earlier on Dynamite, why is he wearing a band-aid on his forehead when he didn't even bleed in this match?
That doesn't make any sense.
You can't tell if Nick Jackson was wearing any bandage or whatever because he was wearing that new boy's cap that he got on. So you couldn't really tell. And plus, they weren't really showing that much anyways. They're showing me. I remember they showing Matt Jackson a lot. And his dorky glasses. But yeah, I saw the band-aid on his forehead. So you wasn't bleeding on that night, even though you should have been bleeding because you got hit with the thumbtacks sneaker too by Pentel, Jim, or Ray Phoenix. I can't remember who did it to him. But why are you wearing a What, you got a little tiny cut maybe? Meanwhile, Nick Jackson was bleeding more than you.
Wow.
Jeez. At one point they did a destroyer power driver. Basically, Matt Jackson to Ray Phoenix. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, give me one moment. Little Barry. So as I was saying, Matt Jackson to the Canadian Destroyer to Ray Phoenix, and Penta to doing the same thing to Nick Jackson, and basically the older brothers were doing the Canadian Destroyers to to one another of the younger brothers, and I thought it was good. I thought it was a good spot there. And they start fighting, and began some false finishes at one point. Even to a point where I thought the Young Bucks was going to win here because they were getting the better of Lucha Bros. And I said to myself, well, that's it. That we're going to get more of this title reign of of the young fools, the young goofs.
Yeah.
And then when they came,
yeah, when they were doing that, I was like, no, don't put them over.
Yeah, I was gonna be more pissed than than FTR losing the belts to them at Full Gear. So when it came down, I marked out like holy shit, and the crowd popped and like holy shit, like oh shit, please let me hope, please let me hope. Ray Phoenix at one point went up to the cage because we all knew he was gonna do something crazy. He didn't do anything like that crazy, but they was going to when it almost came to it. But they stopped them doing their finishing move, the defective finishing move on Matt Jackson. And then Nick Jackson gets up there with Ray Phoenix. I don't remember how Nick Jackson came down afterwards, but Ray Phoenix was still up there, and then he does a crossbody on both, and also to his brother. But then Penta kind of no sold it. I was like, I don't care. Just get the belts off the Young Bucks. That's all I care about. Get those belts off of those Young Bucks. So they hit their finishing moves. They're basically the new finishing move that they've been doing for a couple weeks now. They hit it. Penta goes for the pin. Ray Phoenix stops Nick Jackson because I believe it was Matt Jackson who got pinned, and they got the win. And I was happy, like yes. And I had a little tear in my eye because Lucha Bros are finally the champions. They should have been champions from the beginning. But you know what? The way was worth it though, because this was awesome. And what's even more awesome about this is that after it was over, the cage gets raised up. Penta celebrating with his daughters, and they he got them signaling Penta to get up on the apron. I mean not apron on the stage to celebrate. And I said, so you could do that another time. Like, let him celebrate with his family. Crying out loud. This is a great moment for him. He was in tears and everything, and his daughters were in tears. Like this is a great moment. Like let him celebrate. You could do that later. Like I was annoyed with that. Like come on,
that was an awesome moment.
Yeah, it was an awesome moment. Like let him enjoy that moment with his family. Like you could do that later because again because sure as hell they didn't do it on much of showing the end of SCU any favors. Yeah, just decided to just go to another segment. But whatever. But yeah, great moment for for Penta and his kids. Just share that with, even though it was rushed. But yeah, great match. I thought this was by far the match of the night. Match that stole the show, and there was a lot more to come. Your guys' thoughts?
This was a really good match. I can't remember whether it was one of the Lucha Brothers that did a crossbody off of the cage. I thought that was pretty cool. And once they got the pin, I was like, finally, they got those belts off of the earbuds. Finally. And this was really good.
Really good match, best match of the night, and yeah, thank the Lord. What was it that the Young Bucks, lost the titles finally because I was getting really tired of the reign. It's like about time those belts got off the Young Bucks, and it was like, thank God.
I couldn't agree more. The Young Bucks were holding those tag belts hostage since they beat FTR, and with FTR doing a whole lot of nothing other than doing the whole Pinnacle thing and everything. Hopefully FTR gets the opportunity to be tag team champions again. But for now, Lucha Bros are the champions, and I'll just see more of these new tag teams becoming tag team champions for AEW. No more Young Bucks. Their time is done. They got the wins of being tag team champions out of the way in the AEW, and no more for them. That's it. Done. Now it's time for Santana Ortiz's turn. It's time for the Butcher and the Blade's turn. The Butcher and the Blade. The Varsity Blonde's turn. When they get built up, on TV. Which by the way, push them. No more dark matches for them. Push them. But yeah, man, the tag team in AEW right now is on fire. The best tag teams they got. Because to be honest with you, there's no tag teams that's been broken up. Other than I guess you could say Omega and Adam Page. We're tends to be in the elite, but we're tends to breaking up a legit tag team. In AEW, we haven't seen any of that for any other dumb reasons like WWE does because they hate tag team. So they got the best tag team rosters in AEW, and it pertains to working relationships with New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'd love to see Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. coming to All Elite Wrestling, the Dangerous Techers, who are the current tag team champions. Well, I don't know if they are right now because I don't know if they're on the card to defend the tag titles. Because I don't want to read any spoilers, but also pertains to in Japan, besides the Guerrillas of Destiny, which is Tonga Lola and Tamatonga. Right there, up there is the Dangerous Techers. They are they are the best tag teams right now in pro wrestling. And I'd love to see them wrestle AEW tag teams like the Lucha Bros, like Santana Ortiz, like FTR. That'll be great. So that out of the way now. Now let's get to the 21 women Casino Battle Royale for a future AEW Women's World Championship title match. That's at 22 minutes. And the rules are the club starts first with 5 women's. And once every 2 minutes, another one, you get another setup of 4 women. I mean, not 4, 5 women. Let's say, excuse me. We get another set of 5 women, where it tends to the next one, which is diamonds, and then hearts, and then spades, and then the Joker card which is one person, one woman, which we'll get to. Which it was expected of what we thought it was going to be, but we'll get to that. But the clubs start off with the former AEW Women's World Champion who carried the division during the pandemic for over a year, Hikaru Shida. And then followed by her was Sky Blue, who is somewhere, I guess, 10 hours away from her hometown. And the crowd love her. And she got reaction back on Dark, which is against Red Velvet. And Red Velvet got booed. It's kind of a pattern for Red Velvet, by the way. First with Britt Baker, against her in Pittsburgh. And then Red Velvet got booed. And now with Sky Blue versus Red Velvet from that Dark match, which I didn't watch, and I saw it, and saw how the reaction was. Red Velvet got booed, but you know what? Red Velvet is a pro. She took it, like she was like she was working like a heel, and I love it. That was great. But Sky Blue was there. Then we have Emi Sakura, who is the Freddie Mercury version of women's wrestling. And yeah, because she's all about We will rock you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. There you go. The bunny and Abaddon. So, where the fuck do I start? Oh yeah, the quick eliminations were my fucking problems. This goes back with the double nothing Casino by Royal for the men's, where you get these guys coming in and quickly, before a blink of an eye, gone.
That was kind of quick.
For example, Sky Blue, crowd lover, Tony Khan give her something that and the reason why Sky Blue was in there because they did a storyline where Julia Hart was supposed to be in it, but she got attacked by Nada Rose and Diamante on the show. Dark, I remember. I didn't watch it. The only thing I watched on it was Sky Blue versus Red Velvet because of about the reaction for Sky Blue. But apparently, after that was over, Tony Khan went to Sky Blue and said to her, "I'd like to be part of the Women's Battle Royale," and she was not expecting that. And she said yes, and she's in it, and she's already gone in seconds, like about what 40 seconds, like that. And like so, what was the point? What was the fucking point?
I mean, come on.
By the way, what you guys thought about? What you guys thoughts about Sky Blue after seeing her?
Well, I haven't seen her much, so but it was good that she made an appearance.
Same. I haven't really know much of her, but I mean, it was all right, for her appearance and all that. So I don't really have nothing too much to complain about. So yeah.
Yeah, I seen a little bit of her on Dark before, and I follow her on Instagram by the way, and by the way, she is, yeah,
yeah, definitely.
yeah,
I agree.
and she showed that a lot too by the way on that night. But they got rid of her quickly. Like, what was the point? You surprised her being in this battle royale, and then you just cut the legs off of her. Crowd's booed by the way. Satoshi right there, or what? I mean, obviously she's going to get another look. Obviously, I think she wrestled again on Dark for this week. I don't remember if she did. If she did or not. But yeah, they still give her opportunity. But they still give her opportunity. I don't give a fuck. It was short. It was like give her 15 minutes of fame, and that's it. You're out the door. I didn't like that. They could have done better with this battle royale. That's all I'm gonna say. And Abaddon was gone too, by the way. After she got rid of Sky Blue, she was gone too. I think Emi Shakura was gone. I don't remember if it was before or after the diamonds came out. But when the diamonds came out, let's get the time. Let's make it to this part too now. So the diamonds came out. Anna J, great.
Yes.
I love it. Anna J comes out.
That's who I was cheering for, to be honest.
Wait a minute. I just remember something. Wasn't it before? Oh, okay. Oh wait, I forgot. The bunny. That's up to later. But Angie came out. She immediately went after the bunny. The bunny because after what happened with the bunny before to Ty Conti, Angie's friend, and that's Angie's in the ring. Also, we hear Kira Hogan's music hitting right. So we couldn't show her entrance. And I said to myself, so you tell me you couldn't do picture-in-picture for that one, but you'll do picture-in-picture during Dynamite's commercial during a match?
I don't really like those picture-to-picture commercials.
Oh yeah, they love their picture-in-pictures for commercials, but they can't do one for this Casino Battle Royale after panning the camera to Anna Jay going in the ring, and you miss Kira Hogan's entrance. Great job. This is the stuff that WWE once done in the Royal Rumble. Do picture-in-picture, where since on them coming out to enter the ring. Yeah, tell me AEW, couldn't do that. And then kind of King came out, Diamante came out, Nada Rose came out. Kyogen and Diamante were working for a little bit because for those who don't know, I'm pretty sure I do. Those two are a couple.
Yep.
But here's the thing. Kyogen didn't last long either. She was gone too. I'll be honest. I was mad. Kind of King was gone too. I seem so. What's with these quick eliminations? So you got Nyla Rose and and Diamante working as a team because they were established them working together in this Battle Royale. And I'll get to another part of that too, by the way. But there wasn't really much of a story there to tell with that because they ignored it. They completely ignored the story in this Battle Royale, which I didn't like.
And let's not forget that you had Thunder Rosa in this match too.
Oh yeah, we're going to right now. Now here's the thing with Anna Jay. I think she should not came out yet, in my opinion. They should have saved her for the Hearts. And I'll tell you why. So Anna Jay is out there. She's going after the bunny, and I can't remember. It was Diamante maybe, or can't remember who else was with the bunny and going after Anna Jay. But it was only for a brief time though. A brief time. Oh yeah. I think it was all three women went after her. Nyla Rose, Diamante, and the bunny, and then also Diamante and Nyla Rose went at each other and myself. But they just did the whole thing with them being teams on Dark to be together, working this match, and then all of a sudden they turn on each other. No story behind it, just let's turn on each other.
Yeah, just like that.
The Hearts. Thunder Rosa. Yes. Toby Ford comes out. Riho comes out. Jimmy Hayter came out. Big Swole came out. And I don't know what happened with Riho, but as soon as she got in there, and all of a sudden she's out of the ring, and she said she's eliminated. I said, huh? Wait, I didn't see her go over the top. Like, what happened? Like, wait a minute, you just brought her back. She entered the match, and she's already gone. What's with these quick eliminations? What? You're not really trying to build it. It was like eliminations.
I didn't even recognize Rio in the Battle Royal.
Yeah, if you didn't see Riho in the match, and you didn't see her get eliminated, you blinked your eyes because you. And again, not if they couldn't show the interest for the women's that much either here. Again, which is why you should have done picture in picture. Diamante, I think she got rid of Big Swole. Don't matter how she did it, or I think Big Swole got. Oh wait, as a matter of fact, let me see. Okay, I'll get to that later. I'll get to the eliminations in that later. Yeah, the details of it. But let me get to the details though. But even Big Swole's gone too. Like, see myself. Who's booking this match? So I talk about Anna Jay, right? Anna Jay, like I said, she shouldn't have been out there first because we already established Anna Jay. She's in the Dark Order. She's a Queen Slayer. She's supposed to be a dangerous woman to be reckoned with in AEW, right? Because she's in the Dark Order. She was handpicked by Brody Lee. She's number 99. And the one person in AEW that's scared of her, is Stu Grayson. Which represents to being the elite. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. But she's dangerous too. You could tell she's got a killer instinct. The way she looks too, though, she's dangerous but beautiful.
That's what I like.
Yes, but she got her ass kicked in this match by the bunny, who's been booked like trash, and Penelope Ford, who's fucking trash. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened with her. I
was watching that, and I was like, "Get up and fight back! What are they doing?"
That I'll tell you what they did here. They basically made Anna Jay look weak here. Of her being gone for that long, she come back, stronger than ever. Because not even an injury could keep her down, and she come back stronger. Nope, nothing changed. She's in the position that I thought she was in before. and I didn't like it. I didn't like how she was booked. I didn't like how she was getting her ass kicked like that. They did no favors for Anna Jay of her return right now. And then that's when Ty Conti came out. Now during the space, that's where Ty Conti should, that's where Anna Jay should came out. By the way, Anna Jay should have been the one saved for for the save once again for Ty Conti instead of having the other way around and having Ty Conti saving Anna Jay. But Ty Conti came out and she helps Anna Jay. And then you had Red Velvet coming out, Layla Hirsch coming out, Jay Cargill coming out, which the story is with Jay Cargill and Nada Rose working together because of what they did to Thunder Rosa on Dynamite, or was it Rampage? I think it was on Dynamite. Yeah, Dynamite, where they would work together and everything. And there was really no story behind of them not working of them having miscommunications of working together. It was just the whole thing with Nyla Rose's portrayal out of nowhere and got rid of her. Like, seems so. Like, again, who's booking this? Who's booking this? Like, there's no story. There's no story to follow up on what they did here. But before Jake Cargill got eliminated, she was still in there, by the way. But Jay Cargill eliminated Layla Hirsch. She got basically Layla Hirsch had a great performance with Camille at NWA's Empower. Thinking she'll have a better chance to be here, and she did was booked strong against Nana Rose, but definitely her in the German suplex and all that way. But then Jay Cargill exposed her. The same where it takes Jay Cargill, who's also almost like the same stuff like Camille, which Layla Hirsch could done some with Jay Cargill as well. But no, Jay Cargill took care of her. And by the way, at this point, and Jay got eliminated. I don't remember how she got eliminated, but I'll get that later. But yeah, someone else got eliminated too. I think it was the Bunny, if I'm not mistaken, as well. And the Energy and the Bunny, whoever maybe, and I think you got a referee out there too, out there getting ready to have to go for a spot where they gotta wait for someone to get thrown on top of them. And Anna Jay, I feel bad for her again because why she's being put in that position after you already have a return, and you're already having her being part of this whole pile where she got to catch someone, and in this case, Jay Cargill picks up Layla Hirsch, throws Layla Hirsch out, which that means she's gone from the match. So Anna Jay has to be the one that to get hit with with that whole spot with the Bunny and the referee, whoever. And like himself, what the fuck? What you doing with Anna Jay? I did not like how they booked Anna Jay here. That was bullshit. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Again, I was just like, why ain't she fighting back? You can't just have her take it in the corner.
Yeah, that was not that they did not make Anna Jay look good here. So, I forgot to mention too, by the way, Rebel was in the two, by the way. And then finally we get to the Joker card. Who was going to be the one coming? Obviously, we all kind of knew. And some people were thinking maybe it could be Tessa Blanchard. Nope. It was who we thought it was going to be. Ruby Soho with a catchy theme song, which is great, of Ruby Soho. And she got a big pop. And you could tell she was, in the inside, she was very emotional. And she killed it. Now let's get to the order of eliminations. All right, number one, obviously, was Sky Blue by Abaddon. Number two was Abaddon by the Bunny. Yeah, Abaddon gets eliminated by the Bunny.
Well.
Emi Shakura gets eliminated by Hikaru Shida. At least there's a story behind those two, obviously. Kiyohoki is eliminated by Nana Rose. Kylan King gets eliminated by Nana Rose. All right, they get a lot of eliminations to Nana Rose, by the way, which is bullshit. People do not like that, by the way. She gets eliminated by guess who? Nyla Rose. Oh, but it gets her heel heat. Fuck her heel heat. Riho gets eliminated by Jimmy Hater. Diamante gets eliminated by Big Swole. And I think after that was Big Swole getting eliminated by Jimmy Hater. And then after the elimination there, Big Swole and Diamante start fighting. So Rebel gets eliminated by Red Velvet. And there's a story behind on the whole thing too with Rebel and Red Velvet, the whole thing with Britt Baker and Jimmy Hater as well. Which Red Velvet went after Jimmy Hater when she came out, which storytelling there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying every story here was ignored, but there was some story that was ignored and it annoyed me. And then the one thing that annoyed me the most was how they booked Anna Jay here. And the quick eliminations. I did not like the quick eliminations.
Yeah, Anna Jay should have been booked better.
Yes. Ridiculous. Cause she's still young, in her early 20s. She's gonna be something to look forward to in the future for AEW Women's World World Championship material. And the last thing you want to do is to make her look bad. And this bad royal did not do her any favors. Especially how what happened afterwards too. Now what was I? Oh yeah. So after Rebel got eliminated, then we got the Bunny eliminated by Anna Jay. That was revenge. But then also Anna Jay gets eliminated by Penelope Ford. In a way, it was kind of a get back to. The Hirsch gets eliminated by Jay Cargill, which again I gotta remember. Yeah, bring it up. The Bunny and Anna Jay had to be part of the pile to catch the Hirsch getting thrown out. Didn't like that. I mean, it could be anyone else, but did it have to be Anna Jay? No. After Leah Hirsch, okay. 14. Then we got Jimmy Hater getting eliminated by Jay Cargill, which good. I'm glad that happened because if it was not a Rose, I would call bullshit. And then after Jimmy Hater got eliminated, we got Red Velvet getting eliminated by Jay Cargill. And they had their history. They had their history. After Anna Jay, I mean not Anna Jay. I was still thinking about Anna Jay, how they booked her. That irritated me. But Jay Cargill gets eliminated by guess who? Nyla Rose. And Cross booed.
Yeah. I was like, are you serious?
Again, the story here was Anna Jay. I mean, I keep forgetting about Anna Jay.
Jay Cargill gets eliminated by Nyla Rose. This is a woman that you basically built up for how many weeks in this battle royal
and months.
You have her get eliminated by Nyla Rose.
And think about it, there's a story behind this too, where they're supposed to work together, and there was nothing about their interactions, of them having miscommunications. Nyla Rose just decided, deals off. I trick you, I con you, you're gone. Ridiculous. Yeah, thinking the same thing. Number 17, before got eliminated by Ty Conti, and then Ty Conti got eliminated by guess who? Nyla Rose. They gave Nyla Rose a lot of eliminations in this match. She's the native beast. So the final four. Let me see. Nyla Rose. Thunder Rosa, Ruby Soho. Who was the other final four?
Ruby Soho.
I guess it was Tai Conti. But at that point, she was, you couldn't really consider her being the final four because she was already gone after she made her before, because she was still on the apron, and then she got pushed up by Nyla Rose. So that ends up being the final three between Nyla Rose, Ruby Soho, and Thunder Rosa. And then Nyla Rose was finally gone. And so thank God. And the crowds agree, could be more happier because we had two, because imagine they're going to have Nyla Rose still being part of that, of the since her being the final two. That would have sucked. But they left for Ruby Soho and Thunder Rosa, and they were having at it. And then Ruby Soho got the elimination on Thunder Rosa, and your winner of the Casino Women's Battle Royale was Ruby Soho, which I was not expecting her to win. But I'm glad they did have her get the win because it was a happy free moment for the fans and for her. And there's probably obviously a story here where Tessa Thunder Rosa that she should have won, and she's upset of it and everything. I don't know if that's gonna be something that's gonna be told later on down the line. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll see a Rampage. Could be this the on Dynamite with that. But as far as the number of eliminations, you have Hikaru Shida with 1, Scott Blue with 0, Emi Sakura with 0, The Bunny with 1, Abaddon with 1, and Jay with 1, which is ridiculous. And Jay should have been killing this Battle Royal. Kerrigan with 0, Kylan King with 0, Diamante with 0, Nyla Rose with 5.
Including the one with Jay Cargill.
Yeah. Thunder Rosa with 1, Peppy 4 with 1, Riho with 0, Jimmy Hater with 2, Big Swole with 1, Takanti with 1, Rebel with 1, Lil Hirsch with 0, Jay Carter with 3, Rebel with 0, and Ruby Soho with 1. And there you go. As far as this Battle Royale, it was a letdown. Other than who won it, which I thought was great that she won it, Ruby Soho, establishing a star, WWE. Big mistake letting her go. Big mistake letting her go. But the Battle Royale didn't do it for me. Your guys' thoughts?
Well, at least Ruby won, so I can't, get, it's all excited about that. Anna Jay, I've already said it. I was like, well, why didn't you fight it back? You're supposed to be fighting back, and then she got eliminated, and then she had that spot where she had to be one of the catchers outside of the ring, and I'm like, I didn't really like that. Overall, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, for me, it was an all right. It was an all right match. I mean, not the best, but I mean, the highlight of it was definitely when Ruby Soho won the match and debuted. That was definitely the highlight. But for me, yeah, the match, yeah, it was all right. It was nothing too special in my opinion. Definitely I would agree. Definitely probably the lowest point of the show, but yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about the match.
Yeah. Other than the other low point, which we'll get to. That's well.
Oh yeah,
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But as far as Ruby Soho coming out, the crowds, before she even came out, crowds were chanting Ruby Soho, which right there, like they were excited for the on the entrance, and like, holy shit, like she got her name cheered before she even came out, which is great. And when she came out, it was a big, huge pop. So there you go. Now we get to the final match, if it is, with Chris Jericho if he doesn't get the job done, because if he loses, he has to retire and will be forced to be moving into commentary for Rampage if he's not taking too much of a little bit of the bubbly to be shouting for, and talking over, But it was Chris Jericho versus MJF. 19 minutes and 30 seconds it lasted. There was an entrance where an old school Chris Jericho Y2J entrance happened. I thought that was for Jericho.
That was pretty cool.
Only for it to swerve us, and it was MJF. Like, you asshole.
It did bring back old school vibes.
It did. Oh man, but that was clever though. And the Joker came out with with Billy Gray from Fozzy playing the guitar, pertains to doing the Judas guitar solo, where the crowds were supposed to be singing along. Not all of them sing along, but this is something that Jericho wanted to do, because after the whole thing with Jericho's versus MJF from the Labors of Jericho happened, where no theme song was played for Jericho and the crowd still chanted, sang the song, a cappella style, and just hopefully we get a number for this one. But the problem is, it didn't work out as it thought it would, unfortunately. But that's beside the point. But it was still great. They still sang along the song, despite they couldn't follow the rhythm of the guitar, But I thought it was a good entrance though. As far as the match was, it was a good match. Now, obviously, with these two matches, these two guys having these matches, it's always been a good match with these guys, despite Jericho's limits now. Does that make me care of this feud at all? Nope. But the feud is over finally after what happened earlier on Dynamite. MJF's moving something bigger now. To put over a young guy like a Brian Pillman Jr. And we're going to be seeing some series of matches down the line. Tag team, in the way. What the Pinnacle needs, if they go continue this faction, the Pinnacle needs a woman's perspective in the group. Because you got Julia Hart there to be with the Varsity Blondes, so you need a woman to be alongside with the Pinnacle. Who that may be, I don't know. It'll be some. It'll at least be something. But the match was good. I thought it was good. MJF doing the Asai Muso, which I never thought I ever seen him do. I don't remember if he's done it before in the Indies or whatever, but it was impressive that he did that. That they hit the move on Jericho? Nope. But he's still on his feet and all that. But this match, they still went at each other. Warlord at one point came out, but then JK stops him. Not NJ. Again, thinking about NJ because of the bad booking they did with her. But Aubrey Edwards, I should say, referee was distracted. The Floyd baseball bat came involved by MJF to hit Jericho with it. I think most of the juice effect went for the cover. He got 3 count, but Jericho's foot was on the rope, so there was no way of knowing that MJF really won the match because Robert Edwards didn't see it. But then Paul Turner, who's out there to pick up the fight between Jake Hager and Wardlow, and other referees too out there too. But Paul Turner was the one that saw it, and he told Aubrey Edwards, his foot was on the ropes and everything. Match had to be restarted. MJF had a problem with that, stripping Aubrey Edwards. Jericho and MJF started fighting again. Match with match restarting and everything. And Jericho gets him in the walls Jericho, and Ray put pressure into it, but then he kind of messed it up a little bit and went back to the position he was in because he realized he fucked up the spot, and MJF tapped out to it, and there you go. Chris Jericho could still wrestle. The Inner Circle came out to celebrate with Jericho. They could still wrestle. It was predictable, but it was still a good match. And MJF, for getting main event status like he did last year, but last year was better because he's going for the world title, only to be downgraded once again to the card.
That's one of the things that I had a problem with this match.
Yeah. But the future's too bright for MJF, and we're going Brian Pillman Jr. is something to see, to do something, and then you obviously at the end MJF is going to win the feud, but it's going to also establish Brian Pillman Jr. in the future with him being the singles wrestler. Whenever they wanted to finish up the whole Bossy Blondes thing, But I like the team either way, the Bossy Blondes. But as far as this match was, Jericho, MJF, good match. This I don't know, this could be the last time we'll see on these two matches. These two ever have ever again, but hopefully this is last time. And Jericho's career still continues. Woohoo! Your guys' thoughts?
For me, I didn't really care about this match, to be honest.
Same here.
I knew Jericho was going to get his win back. But at the same time, I'm like, what are they doing with MJF? They're like taking some steps back. They're not booking him as they should. And that's pretty much what I gotta say about that.
Didn't care for the match too much either, but I mean, yeah, it was a pretty good match, and hopefully, yeah, I'm just glad this feud's over, to be honest, and yeah, that's really all I gotta say. Really, I'm just glad the feud's over, and MGF can finally move on into other things.
Yep. And then we get to the match that we've all been looking forward to. It's not the main event, but it's still a match that we're all looking forward to seeing. The 7 years being waited in pro wrestling in the ring of CM Punk versus Darby Allin.
Yes.
60 minutes and 40 seconds it lasted. They did a video where Darby Allin, before the match, I think it was like a buy bag where it says best in the world. I don't remember what else they did on that video, but I thought of what I can remember, it was cool. It was pretty cool, obviously. But I think he may jump off something because that's Darby Allin. He always jump off stuff. Whatever, right? So he came out with his skateboard. He had a cool face paint with the half body paint as well. Stain came out there, give him a fist bump like he promised he would, and then he's gonna let him and Punk have at it as he roller skates down to the ring, and he fell. I'm just kidding. but his theme song, I fell. But yeah, the crowd's give him an opening ovation. And then once that was over, he's sitting in the corner. As we wait for the arrival of CM Punk, crowds were chanting for CM Punk already, and Punk comes out. Punk was wearing tights, which I never thought I ever see him wear tights before. It gave me vibe. Yeah. It gave me vibes of just old school wrestlers like Stan the Man Stasiak, Killer Kowalski. Can't think of anyone else other than those two. Because CM Punk, he's an old school guy. He sees himself as an old school wrestler. He's a fan of Hardy Race, and yeah. So CM Punk also had a hoodie. I don't remember what kind of hoodie it was, but CM Punk did the whole "It's clobbering time," and the crowds were chanting that too. It's clobbering time. It was great. They were singing along with his theme song, cult of personality, and then also you start getting to the ring. Darby Allin's still sitting in the corner. CM Punk sees that, and then he does the Indian style sitting like he always does. That was a cool moment, and they start having it at it. It started off slow at first, but it also showed that versus CM Punk, the story is that he might have ring rust and everything, and Darby Allin's getting the best of him. But the Punk starts start picking it back up, and really getting his groove back, and back and forth between the two guys. And then at one point when Darby Allin's going for the coffin drop onto CM Punk, as CM Punk's laying down on the mat, as the coffin drop is giving the hit on Punk. Punk just sat up like the Undertaker and had a smile on his face and everything, and like, holy shit, that was cool. Yeah, basically it gave me Undertaker vibe, but at the same time it also gave me Samoa Joe vibe, because when Saints do something like that, whenever someone try to do like an aerial attack from the top rope or the second rope, or a springboard in a way, and then when Samoa Joe sees that, he just walks away. Instead of wait for that person to catch the cat, instead of Samoa Joe waiting there for him to catch you, he just walks away.
I remember that.
That's swag. They with swag because Samoa Joe got swag.
Yeah.
I wish Anj would have done that on that Battle Royale.
That would have been great. I would have been like, yes.
That would have been great. Yeah, fuck this. I came back. I'm walking away. But yeah, but that reminds me of because CM Punk is a great friends with Samoa Joe. Now he's not great friends with AJ Styles though. But that's their personal business. But yeah, but Punk doing that Undertaker Samoa Joe vibe to me, that's what I got, and it was good. It was good though. That was done. GTS was hit by Punk to Darby Allin, but Darby Allin got out of the ring when that happened. Basically out of the instant, and then Punk was going to take the count out, but Darby Allin came back in the ring, and match would continue on. At one point, Darby Allin went for his finishing pin combination. I forgot what he calls it. I can't remember what was called, but of my knowledge, I never seen anyone in AEW kicked out of it. Maybe someone in the Indies may kick out of it, but when it comes to in AEW, so Punk is the first to kick out of it. I remember seeing that move before with Darby Allin in the AEW, and no one kicks out of it. Now seems so. Wait a minute, there's no way CM Punk's gonna lose here, right? And he kicked out. That okay. Thank God.
Are you talking about the coffin drop?
No. It was some kind of pin combination he does, wrapping the legs around, and he falls back wherever. I can't remember how it was. I can't remember.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it though. But yeah. But then in the end, CM Punk went for the GTS, for the second time, and Darby Allin was taking the GTS. He didn't sell it not only once but twice. The way it was so pretty good because Darby Allin right now in AEW is the best seller in AEW. Pertains to taking moves and selling it and storytelling. Yeah, he's great. And I also remember him doing the dive. The dive he always does, the suicide dive. And he does the Punk, and Punk. Oh my God, he took it like a champ. Oh man, it was great. It was great. But in the end, CM Punk got the win, as we all expected. After the match, Sting came out to shake the hands with CM Punk, which it was delayed by Punk, but then Punk eventually shook his hand, and they helped out Darby Allin. Darby Allin and Punk shook hands, and there you go. That was it. And Punk looked so happy after that. Like I said before, I never seen him so happy before after leaving WWE. And this right there is a very telling that CM Punk is happy of his position in pro wrestling. And AEW is doing that, giving him the justice that he deserves. Your guys' thoughts?
Fantastic match, and yeah, CM Punk looked happy. He looked like he was excited, to go back in that ring. Something that he hadn't done for 7 years since the Royal Rumble in 2014. And yeah, overall it was a great moment, great match. Loved every single minute of it. I'm glad I watched it.
Well, CM Punk looks like he has lost his step. This was a really good match. I really enjoyed the ending where Sting and CM Punk shake hands. I thought that was a really cool moment, and I can't wait to see what they have next with CM Punk.
I couldn't agree more. And Darby Allin just lose nothing in this match because at the end of the day, he was booked strong in this match. And with Punk, we're going forward to his feud with Team Taz now. I want to see how that turns out. But first, Brian Cage got and Ricky Stark's got to end first, unless they want to do something with Punk and Cage going up against Team Taz, which means Brian Cage is not done with Team Taz yet. Brian Cage has been a failure in AEW.
He needs to be.
Wow. But anyways, but yeah, as far as that's with Darby Allin, I guess you could try to rehash the feud with Miro to try to get his TNT title back. Maybe.
And by the way, I would like to say this too. I thought the match should have been the main event.
Yeah, I agree.
Or the second to last.
At least second to last.
Yeah.
But you know what was second to last? Which, great segue there, Nick. The match that people were clamoring to see.
Oh God.
Paul White versus QT Marshall. Because that's a pay-per-view worthy match, right?
What?
So people were making excuses of why this had to be the buffer match for the main event, and I don't give a fuck.
Nobody cares.
This should have been on Dynamite. This should have been on Rampage. This should have been on Dark. This should have been on the buy-in. Of all places to be, you had this on All Out. Oh wow, they already went All Out with this match, right? I'll tell you what they went All Out for this one. For 3 minutes and 10 seconds, they went All Out for this match. Paul White coming in looked like he's wearing swimming trunks, which is no surprise because he wore this type of stuff in WWE. By the way, I want to correct myself here. I thought it was but it was like and whatever it is. Was it?
It's
I haven't listened to the song. But I would get a chance to listen to it. But it's not a bad song though. The way they got for Paul White for AEW, it's not a bad song.
I like it.
By the way, you know how you're saying that you rather have this match on Dark or whatever? I'll go even further. I would say I'd rather have this match not existing at all.
That too, because you could have anyone else place Paul White of him. If he's going to eventually wrestle, maybe I don't know. Maybe you could have give a little call to Shaquille O'Neal because he said he wanted to wrestle in AEW again after his match. With Cody Rhodes, with him being with Jay Cargill.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
Yeah, that could have been. I wouldn't mind that match, but instead, QT Marshall, and I'll tell you why. QT Marshall and the Factory has been a fucking failure. Not their fault.
And nobody cares about QT Marshall.
Yeah, we don't care about him getting a push. And on top of that, you're burying his factions of Aaron Solo, Nick Comoroto, and where the hell is Anthony Ogogo? Did we just forget about him?
Apparently we did.
I guess he did.
So I can't remember if it was before or after them, before or when the match began, whatever. But when they got involved, Paul White immediately just exposed Aaron Solo and Nick Comoroto, especially Nick Comoroto, who's supposed to be booked as the monster of this faction. And yet, what's the point? What's the point of the Factory? What's the point of QT Marshall now? What's the point now? I mean, it was in the water either ways because of the whole thing with Cody Rhodes, especially with Cody Rhodes, by the way. I think Ogogo should never lost to Cody Rhodes.
If he wasn't done before, he's done now.
So obviously Paul White won.
Yep.
And what happened after that? Paul White to celebrate, and that's it. Nothing happened. No Gun Club coming out there to attack Paul White. No Shaquille O'Neal to at least come out there to confront Paul White, whoever. Nothing. So what was the point of the Gun Club turning on Paul White?
Yeah,
and then what was on Dynamite, Paul White was not there. So, because the story was last week on Dynamite, Gun Club turned on Paul White for QT Marshall to get the better of him before the pay-per-view, and that's basically what it was for QT Marshall to have a slight chance.
There's no story behind it.
So this week's Dynamite, nothing. And I guarantee we're not gonna get into on Rampage either. So what was the point? What was the point of turning the Gun Club heel?
I'd like to know why the Gun Club turned heel.
This had no place on the pay-per-view whatsoever. No place at all. It was a waste of time. It was not needed. Like Sage said there, you shouldn't have it at all at this point. You did all of this build up, and it led to nothing. Okay, but I'm gonna give you the guys a floor now. Your thoughts before I get to the main event.
Yeah,
this match, man,
it sucked. unnecessary filler, pretty much. In my opinion, unnecessary filler.
I guess you could say it was like a calm down match after CM Punk and Darby Allin, I guess. But still, this match shouldn't happen.
No.
Well, it's the match that no one wants to see anymore.
True that.
Pretty much.
Well, it's the match that no one cared for. Jeez, man.
Well, QT's done.
What a way for Paul White to wrestle in AEW. Main event time. For the AEW World Championship, Kenny Omega with Don Callis at ringside versus the Impact World Champion Christian Cage. 21 minutes and 20 seconds it lasted. Match itself I thought was good. I love how the match was booked, except there's some nitpicks I need to talk about. And on top of that, one thing that really annoyed me. But besides how the match was good in the ring, it was the outside that really irritated me. Because Kenny Omega using the table on Christian Cage, and then they've had the table stuff for later on. And I said to myself, why do you need tables? What is the point of using these tables when it contributes nothing to the match? Meanwhile, the way how Dustin Rhodes and Malachi Black had their match on Dynamite to open the show, pertains to the table being used out of nowhere, that made sense because it was actually set up out there. That was Tiger's area. They actually went to the table to go to take it out under the ring and set it up. A match that doesn't need a table. At this point, you should have made a no rules match at this point. So what happened? With the one table that was used for later, Christian Cage tried to go for a kill switch on Kenny Omega, but Kenny Omega counters, and then Kenny Omega tried to do something whatever, and then Christian Cage gets Kenny Omega. I can't remember what he did to him on the table, but as that happened, they went to the table, and the piece of the table, that connects to the table, the leg part, basically cut Christian Cage from the rib, like opened up a gash of him. Thank God he wasn't bleeding, like gushing blood out, but you could tell there was blood there, and I'm like I was worried about Christian Cage there, like I hope he's all right, and obviously he's all right though. It's not the serious injury like what happened last year with Matt Hardy. Remember that whole debacle? That was terrible. It happened in the middle of the show of All Out. But here, thank God, nothing serious happened. But at the same time, I was still concerned. Hey, I mean, Christian Cage still worked his ass off this match. But my God, that table was not needed. There was no point of using these tables if it doesn't lead to nothing. And for later of the finish, because because at the end of the day, Christian Cage still lost. So you put Kenny Omega to a table, but but Kenny Omega still won. He still managed to fight his way to defeat Christian Cage. And probably outside inferences from the Good Brothers, fuck Carl Anderson. You had someone come out. I can't remember who came out to stop them. Don Callis tried to get involved. Tracy tried to cause a DQ, but then Christian Cage got him out. But not really, but because Don Callis run away like a coward that he is. Christian Cage at one point hit the kill switch though, but only get kicked out. It seems to be the pattern here. Kenny Omega's kicking out finisher moves. No one can kick out the Winging Angel, but thank God CM Punk was not in this match with Kenny Omega, because if Omega would kick out the GTS, that would have been bullshit. So Christian Cage tried to go for an avalanche kill switch, but went for Kenny Omega to counter into the Winging Angel avalanche and got the win, which I thought was cool. That was a cool finish there. And there you go. That was the match. The one thing I didn't like was the table spots, especially that final table spot that they used. Other than the interferences, which I didn't care for that much either way. But it was telling there, and well, better than Young Bucks get involved. But at the same time, fuck Carl Anderson. No problems. No problems with Doc Gallows, by the way. No problems with him at all. But yeah. But yeah, as we all expected, K-Maker wasn't going to lose here. I would have been surprised if Christian Cage would have won. But that's not what happened. Christian Cage, is only carrying one belt, and K-Maker is carrying the AEW belt. And who's he going to drop it to? Hopefully, the return of the Hangman and Page. Hopefully, at full gear. If K-Maker keep himself healthy, because he's working hurt. I don't know how badly hurt he is, but he is working hurt. Which trooper from him. But once that run's done, he's going to drop the other belt, the Triple Mega Championship belt, which he should have dropped it at Triple Mania against Andrade El Idolo. But the fact that he didn't, like, whatever. But we'll see. But yeah, right decision there either way for K-Maker to retain the title. But at this point, I'm getting tired of his title right now because it lost its steam. Not his fault, but that's just me. But your guys' thoughts about the match before we get to the important things.
Well, I thought it was a solid match. For me, I like the table spot with the spear on the outside. I pretty much knew that Kenny Omega was gonna retain the belt.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was a spear. Yeah, I remember now. It was a spear.
Yes, and just pretty solid match.
Pretty good match, and I thought what came after, eventually, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get into that, pretty much right after. But yeah, pretty sure I'm pretty sure that it was a good match, and a pretty, like Nick said, really solid match, and I really have no complaints about it.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, also about having your own opinions about that. So, but yeah, at least Christian Cage is all right though. It could have been bad. It could have been worse the way on that was positioned. But for me, we're just seeing table spots, and like I'm getting sick and tired of seeing table spots. We see that every time in wrestling now. It's getting old. Can we please lay it off the table spots already, especially when it's not needed? Again, unless it was done the way it was done with Malachi Black and Dustin Rhodes from Dynamite earlier, that all makes sense. So, and especially then like how what tends to when Nyla Rose kept doing this, even though she's supposed to be the native beast, like why do you need a table? But I digress. Anyways, so after the match, the Young Bucks came out. Good Brothers came out. Fuck Carl Anderson. Michael Nakazawa, I think he came out. And I think Brian Kelly came out too. Basically the elite.
The elite.
Yeah. And they say they being up on Christian Cage. We get Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, Marcus Stunt came out. I can't remember who else came out too, by the way. It was just those guys.
Luchasaurus.
I'm trying to think of someone else that came out too. I don't. Now I don't think Ricky Zero came out there. Oh yeah, that's right. He never came out there because the supposed elite hunter wasn't there to hunt down the elite on that night.
Yeah, it was your opportunity to hunt down.
Oh, but hey, AC showed up on Dynamite, to hunt them down. I can't remember who else came out there, but other than Marcus Stunt, Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy. But yeah, he still got Christian Cage tried to recover, but they start beating him up and everything. And K-Maker starts cutting a promo. I can't remember what he was saying in his promo. Because you got the crowd chanting, yes, 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 by the way.
Like in the shirt.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And then he
Wasn't
says,
that the shirt?
someone
Wasn't that?
he dropped some. Yeah.
I was gonna say, wasn't that the shirt that he returned in?
Yes, that's the shirt that I bought too when he returned to wrestling. Despite me being angry at WWE for bringing him back, where he should never been retired in the first place because it was bullshit, retirement, bullshit reason why they forced him to retire. But um, but yeah, Kimmy said something. He said something about the word no one dead that could no one dead that could beat him wherever. I can't remember how he said it, but basically saying how good he is and everything. Also, when the lights goes out, I say also, oh, here we go, Bryan Danielson, he's coming out, and it's probably gonna be like some type of final countdown entrance where it's gonna be Europe singing, not the band coming out to the sing, but I'm just saying just as that Tony Khan put the rights, Tony Khan put the rights to it, something like that, because it's been done before in Ring of Honor, but since the lights going out and then the music plays, during the time where I was hating the guy, but get ready to hear there. It's the final countdown, and the crowd's going to sing along and everything. Yes, only for it to be a shocking debut for All Out in Adam Cole, baby. So when he came out, and I lost my shit. Like what? Like holy, like, are you fucking kidding me? Adam Cole, he chose the right career path. Holy shit. I was happy, man. Holy shit. Man, Adam Cole made the right choice, the right decision to come to AEW, not only to be with his girlfriend, but to be with with his friends. That are in elite. Not saying he doesn't have any friends in WWE as well, but obviously he got friends in the WWE as well, but still. But this was a great move for him. Great move for him. He could keep his Twitch. He could play video games. Doesn't have to worry about not playing any video games beyond Twitch, because of WWE's dumbass rules of third party affiliates, whatever, dummies. But yeah, man, seeing that Adam Cole, I can't wait to see these dream matches this with Adam Cole to have and everything. Now when he came out there, I didn't pertains to him coming out there confronting the elite after what happened with the whole thing with being the elite, with him being killed off because it was during that time he's going to WWE to be obviously with NXT. So what they were follow through with that? Pertains to maybe Adam Cole is going to get payback on them, and basically start along with Jurassic Express and Christian Cage, basically even Oz, and the crowds are going to love it. They're going to pop for it, and they're going to and they'll establish Cole being a superhero megastar in All Elite Wrestling to fight off against the elite for everything that's been happening. Nope. He super kicks Jungle Boy and he establishes himself as a heel. And
oh god.
Oh my god. So he basically swerved us. Oh my god. But and then they start beating him down, and then Alan Cole's like, it's story time with Alan Cole, and he's like, these guys are my friends, and like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, oh man, so I guess the way I thought how this was done, I thought this this whole thing with Bryan Danielson coming in was not going to happen, because it was basically just for us to buy the pay-per-view to see him there, and on to swerve us, but since subject the subject the card could change of who's going to appear there. Kind of reminds me of Stone Cold of 1990. I mean 2000, I meant to say, where WWE advertised Stone Cold being at SummerSlam, only for him not to be there. Fucking assholes. But what pertains to this whole thing for All Out, I thought that was smart the way they did this. Now, if they would have done the way they did it, with saying Brian Danielson was going to be there, going for Alan Cole to be there, and probably save him for Brian Danielson's debut to have it at New York, which I'm going to be at, for the shows of Grand Slam. That would have been great too. But instead, AEW decided to spoil the Chicago fans. So basically, what happened next was Kenny Omega. He's going to close up the show like he always does with the whole kissing the his fingers because what's the name that Jim Cornette always gives him, the finger bangs something, I can't remember. I don't know yet if you know what I'm talking about, but basically Jim Cornette has a nickname for Kenny Omega because of the way he does his finger gestures.
What's the nickname?
It was something finger bangs, not that, because the whole thing Kenny Omega does goodbye, mwah, and good night, bang.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't remember. Then again, I'll watch his or watch any clips of his podcast, whatever, to hear his nicknames for not just for Kenny Omega, but also for Marco Stunt, Orange Cassidy, Alex Marvez, who calls him by Officer Bar Brady. Especially where it says in NXT, where it turns to Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. He calls him Johnny Johnny Same Face.
Johnny Same Face.
Because his face never his face reaction never changed. But he's right. That's always been the thing that, like, what is something about Johnny Gargano that I can't put my finger on that's something I can't figure out. Oh. And then Jim Cornette broke the ice there. Nailed it right there, saying Johnny No Face. I mean Johnny Same Face, I meant to say. And I said to myself, oh yeah, that's right. That is, his reaction never changed. When he tried to have it look like a mean look, sometimes it's still the same face. When he has a smile, it's still like he's got the same face. Even when he looks upset and everything. Even though it doesn't really stick like it's the same, but same time, it's like his expressions never change of his face. So that's a nice name there for Jim Cornette to say about Johnny Wrestling, Johnny No Face. Unlike how Bruce Blitz be crapping on him of his existence. Fuck you for that.
Bruce Blitz.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll save him for a Asylum show, by the way. Or either Asylum show or super videos that I'll try that I want Christian to do with the rest of us in returns to Bruce Blitz about his reaction to CM Punk's return, which
what he's. Oh, I can't wait to hear what he said.
Yes, we'll get to that. That's gonna be something to talk about and bury Bruce Blitz for. But anyways, okay, now I'll lost my train of thoughts now. Oh yeah. So Kenny Omega, he's doing this whole thing of goodbye and good night bang thing, basically close with the show. And before I get to what happened next, all I gotta do, I need to show this. Alan Cole, baby.
Oh, you got the T-shirt.
This is from WWE when he was in Undisputed Era in NXT. This because that's how a big fan of Alan Cole I am. All I'm waiting for now is for AEW's T-shirt of Alan Cole of All Elite Baby to come out. When it's gonna come out, I don't know. It's probably gonna take forever, like the Sting gloves.
Still waiting on those, huh?
Still waiting on those. Maybe October it's coming out. Who knows? For Halloween, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we'll see. But so we're getting close to the show. All of a sudden we hear Flight Out the Valkyries of the intro, right? And I lost my mind there. Holy shit! Like I was bummed that they couldn't get the rights for a Final Countdown. But hey, I actually knew what that's from. And all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. Terrible.
It sounded like a nerdy Star Wars rap song.
Kind of reminds me of when Samoa Joe debuted in NXT for the first time. The theme song he had.
Yeah, oh my god, that was terrible too. But at least they fixed it right away. Hopefully they fix this one too right away. Because I'm sorry, that does not fit Bryan Danielson. If you want to do the just a regular one, because WWE doesn't own the rights to that. They don't own the rights to the Buccaneers, the Valkyries, I meant to say. I'm not saying the one that he misses on WWE, with the whole with a nice rhythm to it. I'm talking about the original one. But yeah, it was kind of a deflate a little bit, but at the same time, seeing Bryan Danielson there was great. He came out, crowds were going nuts. He gets in the ring. Christian Cage, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, to face off Adam Cole, Ken Omega, Young Bucks. Yeah, again, I can't remember who else was in the ring too, but by that, I digress. But they fall him off, and they stand tall in the ring, and the Elite stand on the stage, looking disgusted, and Bryan Danielson's there, and like awesome. It was just awesome. And the show went up the air with with a good feel moment, and that was the show. So you guys talked about the whole segment happening with Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson.
Awesome.
Okay, first with Adam Cole, I'm very happy for him that he got the AEW. As far as the Elite goes, I understand the history there with him in the Elite, but I don't know. For me, I'm just tired of the Elite. I think they need to split up. But as far as Bryan Danielson showed up, I was like, yes. I popped. I thought it was great.
Yes, I agree. Now, before I get to my roster rating of All Out itself, which I'm pretty sure you guys already did yours when talking to his stream, which I'm gonna get a chance to look back at that stream to see how it was. Unfortunately, I was there for a little bit, but I had to go back to work after that. But because I was not watching the show, obviously, but I can tell by Otaku's reaction, he had a good time. I'm pretty sure you guys had a good time. But we'll look back at that video. So
yeah, especially Taku when Bryan Danielson showed up, he was like extremely happy.
Oh man, yeah, I can't wait to look back at that. So what I'm going to do here, like I always do, I'm going to do the All Out highlights of the night, like I do to all special events where it tends to reviewing pro wrestling stuff. I even do this at one point with the at one point, but I don't watch that anymore. So, oh well. But here we go. Swerve in the night, about to be MGF's entrance, which is the Y2J like entrance. After those a prick part of his side was doing that, but hey, that was a good swerve though. Shocks, usually I always do just one time, but I'm gonna give it to multiple times for these things that happen on the show because this show went all out. No point intended. Shocks of the night, when Suzuki showing up, Adam Cole showing up, and then when Adam Cole coming out there, I was not really expecting Bryan Danielson to come out until he came out, and like, oh my god, shocks of the night goes to 3 guys. One of them from New Japan, and 2 guys that are all elite. Moments of the night. new tag team champions of Penta El Zero and Ray Phoenix Lucha Bros. Great moment for them. And Bryan Danielson coming out to AEW, which means I get to see him wrestle again. Last time I saw him wrestle was at WrestleMania, and that was a great match with him and Roman Reigns and Edge. Pops of the night: Minoru Suzuki, Lucha Bros comeback, which is to when we thought they was going to lose, but they kept out, and then the pop went big for that because the crowds were not expecting that. Sky Blue, even though it wasn't a big pop, but she got some pops. But then I think they did with her. Riho, Ruby Soho debut. Now Rose eliminated. When she got eliminated, crowds went crazy. Even I went crazy. Like, thank God, yeah. Ridiculous. And CM Punk. Oh wait, also Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson. I forgot that. I really forgot to add those two as well. But since pops of the night. Chance of the night: Eddie Kingston. And with this Minoru Suzuki coming out to confront Jon Moxley. Holy shit! The ring announcing of Dr. Britt Baker. DMD. Zero miedo. Fuck the Young Bucks.
Yes.
Swole. Ruby Soho before she came out. Yo, chanting for her. Ruby Soho, like I already mentioned before. CM Punk before he came out as well. But tends to make his entrance. It's clobbering time. Darby. Despite they were also booing him as well in the match against CM Punk, but there was still some chance for him. Darby, still over. Yes. Adam Cole, baby. And that was all the chance of the night. Promo of the night: Jon Moxley versus his promo against Minoru Suzuki. Video promo of the night will have to be CM Punk versus Darby Allin. The way that was booked, the way that was presented. The video package of it and all was great. Leading up to their match. Segment of the night: Andrade El Idolo, his assistant Jose, and his advisor, Trouble Girl Jr. retains to so Pac theme with Pac trouble issues being delayed, whatever. Trouble Girl was great in this one, by the way. So acting all innocent, lying and stealing, tributing to his late uncle Eddie Guerrero, rest in peace. Entrances of the night: Minoru Suzuki, Lucha Bros, MJF, Chris Jericho, which is featuring Billy Gray, Adam Cole, baby, and I was going to think about adding Bryan Danielson, but the theme music, ruined it for me. So, performance of the night: CM Punk guest performance of the night. He looked like he never lost a step. Looked like he never missed a beat. It's like he never left pro wrestling. Move of the night: Britt Baker's Pamela Sunrise, which as Copper called it, Pittsburgh's Sunrise. Finisher. Well, I was going to go with one finisher, which was CM Punk's finisher, but based on the main event, finishers of the night: CM Punk and the Avalanche One Winged Angel by Kenny Omega, and obviously the GGS Yano. No, I don't. Brew match of the night: AEW World Tag Team Championship, but brew match in the good way. And let's see, what was your brew match? But in a bad way, the Casino Battle Royale. That's just me. And also QT Marshall and Paul White.
Oh god.
That was terrible. That was basically a waste of a time, which was approved for me on the decision.
Scott Steiner agrees.
There you go. So still tonight, the AEW World Tag Championship match, steel cage, obviously, and CM Punk versus Darby Allin. Crossworthy into that match. Fight Forever chance was AEW World Tag Championship match, and there was chance of Fight Forever for that one, which was great, and it felt like it was a fight for the titles and for the lives. Matches of the night: MJF versus Chris Jericho, CM Punk versus Darby Allin, and the AEW World Championship. And that was your highlights, which is my highlights of All Out. As far as my overall strength for the show, for this to AEW All Out 2021, this show, if I can give it a top 3 versus All Out, because we got 3 All Out pay-per-views of the since 2019. Last year's All Out, based on how the what happened with Matt Hardy, that'll be number 3. The first All Out will be number 2, and this All Out pay-per-view, based on what happened on this show, despite some things that I nitpick and rant about, but pertains to delivering and really going all out, this really went all out. So this will be number 1. Yes, number 1 in my book, and best pay-per-view all year round. And I can say this, like CM Punk said too, better to be in All Out than WrestleMania.
Facts.
And I think this was a great, and this was better. This was better than WrestleMania this year.
And SummerSlam.
Obviously, anything was better than SummerSlam. Jeez, terrible show. But my overall strength of the show, 9.9 out of 10.
Should I give my rating or?
Yeah, you can say yes too.
Okay, I give it a 8 out of 10 based on right at the end where the CM Punk Darby Allin match should have been second to last, but overall, pretty good pay-per-view.
And Sage? I gave the pay-per-view a 9.5 out of 10. So yeah, the Paul White and QC Marshall match, that kind of brought it down. But other than that, everything else was great.
All right. Yeah, man, they did it. They delivered to the fullest. And AEW gets all the credit in the world right now. Khan gets all the credit in the world. The performers gets all the credit in the world for this. I don't know what's out of here other than they did pro wrestling justice here. And pertains to Punk, Bryan, and among others that will be name drop on Brody Lee, meaning that the memory and the legacy of his of his career and his life will live on, and it's not going anywhere.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
If only he was here to enjoy this moment.
Rest in peace, Brody Lee.
Fly high board, Brody Lee.
And yeah, there you go. That was the All Out review from yours truly, at your born scream. Killer. Rest in peace, Daphne.
Definitely rest in peace.
Daphne, Daphne.